filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Unfazed with your boys, JJ and Ajae. And boy, do we have an exciting lineup for y'all today. I know y'all been missing us. I know y'all been wanting to hear from us. I know y'all really been wanting to hear from me as far as these Eagles. We're gonna get to that in a hot second. You know, we're gonna talk about the Birds and what they got going on in a second. We got to talk about the AFC South. That look like it's up for grabs now, which is crazy to say. Just a couple months ago, we thought the Colts was going to run away with it. Now it's up for grabs. We got another team in the East to talk about. We haven't had another team in the NFC East to talk about really all season. Just saying. We haven't had nobody outside the Philadelphia Eagles to talk about. But now Dallas creeping up. So we got to talk about them. And then we got the Chicago Bears. Who would have thought? The number one seed currently in the NFC, not Philadelphia, not the LA Rams, the Chicago Bears. So we got a lot to get to, but before we get to all of that, my boy JJ, Joe Jordan, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You know, waiting for the show. It's funny, we do an early show. I feel like, you know, the Black Friday game. I guess I'm the Bears and you the Eagles. Man, we can go ahead and start the show, though. I'm ready to get busy.
All right, man. Let's get to it. I got no comeback for your joke. I'm gonna just save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for when it's time to talk about the Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. But we're gonna start with the AFC South, man. It's up for grabs right now. It is up for grabs. We got the Texans, we got the Colts, we got the Jags, all vying for first place to get into the postseason to win the division. And like I said, just a month or so ago, it looked like the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, was literally running away with it. Mm-hmm. And now they slipping a little bit. They looking like Philly. They slipping a little bit. And now other teams are creeping up. So, Joe, I got to ask you, how you feeling about the AFC South? Who will win? Who will come out on top and represent that division in the postseason?
Whew. Now this division is.
Before you say that, we do have a super chat.
Okay.
We do have a super chat. Shout out to Cardo, man. How about them? How about them Cowboys? We gonna talk about them. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Make sure y'all flood the chat with the super chats, man. We appreciate it. Donations. We need that. Donations. But
shout out to O.
Yeah, shout out to O. But my bad. Go ahead, Joe.
It's gonna be tough, man. This is a tough division we're looking at right now. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars tied with the Colts, but they send out number one with the tiebreaker, and they actually play each other this week. And then we got the Houston Texans, who just got a big win last week against the Colts. You know, will put them right back in the mix. Colts on a 2-game losing streak, and you know. It's crazy because the Colts they were leading this race as they are Colts horses, right? They had a good lead with the horse race, and you know I'm like this division probably over, they're gonna win this division, but they lost 3 of the last 4 games, like I said, 2 in a row, and Daniel Jones is also dealing with a leg injury that's can hinder him for rushing the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
And what's happening to the Colts to me? Say it again.
I was gonna say, don't he got a fractured fibula right now?
Yeah, yeah, I know, but he's still playing. He's been playing with this injury. They said like he's been on his injury, So shout out to him for fighting through the injury though, and I didn't even know, So the fact that it was hidden from us, shout out to him for that. But what's happening to the Coast, AJ? They're finally running into good teams. Sorry to say that. They are. They finally running into good teams. Like remember that they schedule like our issue with the Coast. It was like who they play. They didn't really play that much, and they played the Rams and they lost to the Rams. They beat the Broncos, but the Broncos also struggling. They lost to the Steelers and they beat the Falcons and they lost to the Chiefs and they lost to the Texans. And the rest of their schedule, Jacksonville, Seahawks, that defense, the 49ers who's playing well right now, the Jaguars again, and the Texans. And the Jaguars, what I'm worried about is Trevor Lawrence. I mean, the Jaguars are weird. Like there are times when the Jaguars, they look good, but there are other times you look at the Jaguars, they are struggling against bad teams. So the Jaguars are very confusing. They go to overtime against the Raiders, and they lose to the Texans, but they blew out the Chargers. Like blow out the Chargers. They go to OT with the Cardinals. So like they lose to the Seahawks, they beat the Chiefs. So like it's all about Trevor Lawrence. Is he gonna make those mistakes that I know that he will make? So what I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with the Texans. I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans. Although the Texans are playing a team this week, the Chiefs, who are in must-win right now, in my opinion. Like the Chiefs are in must-win territory going forward in the regular season. And the Chiefs got a good chance to win. But even if they lose to the Chiefs, I think they can still win this division. But the Jaguars do have an easier schedule. But I'm going to go with the Texans because they do have the number one defense. We're talking about the number one defense for scoring and passing. No matter who the quarterback, not passing, scoring and yards per game. And no matter who the quarterback, because remember, when C.J. Stroud went down, they were playing bad. And then Davis Mills comes in and the defense took it another notch. So the defense is something that you can always rely on. So I'm going to go with the Texans to win this division.
Yeah, I am too, bro. I am too. I'm going with the Texans as well. And I'm going with the Texans because of the defense. I'm going with the Texans because of the defense. When I look at the rest of the division and when I look at the quarterback play from the rest of the division, I already wasn't sold on the Colts. I already was saying that. I already was like, I need to see it to believe it. Daniel Jones, are we sure? They look good, but I'm not sure. Now, at a certain part in the season, I did think they would ultimately win the division. I didn't think they would crumble and collapse. But I was more so thinking come playoff time, am I sold on Daniel Jones and the Colts? No, because what happens when Jonathan Taylor is not rushing for 100 yards and a touchdown? It's a different ball game, and that's really what's happened the last 2-3 weeks. He has not taken over, the game offensively and dominated the time of possession and really killed teams. And so you force Daniel Jones to go out there and beat you. And not only is that an issue for him as a player, but he's also hobbled. He's also hurt. And it seems like the injury has gotten worse over time. And they say in NFL, you don't magically just heal during the season. Injuries tend to get worse over time. And so it looks as though that injury is getting worse over time. I know before last game, they were showing practice clips of Daniel Jones. I mean, he's limping, like struggling to get around. Now, it don't quite look like that in the game, but like throughout the week, you can tell he is really laboring to get to the game. And so I look at that like, am I going to put my faith in a team with a hobbled Daniel Jones, right? Am I going to put my faith in a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars? Like you said, they are up and down, and they've been up and down to me for years. That's also a team I have not believed in, mainly because I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. I don't trust him to take care of the ball. I don't trust him to make the necessary plays when needed. He shows flashes. He will give you those games. He will give you those moments where he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league at times. Like he shows flashes of why he was picked number one overall years ago. And then he shows flashes of like, yo, is this guy a bust? And so then I go to the Texans. Like you said, the Texans winning games with Davis Mills. The Texans beat the Jags with Davis Mills out there. Why? Because Davis Mills was actually decent in that game, but the Texans defense got just enough stops, made Trevor Lawrence play bad enough, even though they scored 29, played bad enough to win that football game. And so when I look at the defense for the Texans and I look at CJ Stroud, I just see him being able to make enough plays to score enough points on offense, and that defense being able to hold opponents down long enough, right, in order for them to take the division lead. I think the Colts are going to continue to plummet. I don't think they're going to completely fall off, but I see them continuing to lose a few more games, right? And I just see the Texans ultimately, taking that number one spot. I just, like I said, as far as Jacksonville is concerned, those two teams, which is why I struggle to pick them to win the division every year. Those two teams are just so hard for me to believe in, bro. That's why I usually go with CJ, because it's like CJ isn't the greatest quarterback in the world to me, but he's the best of the three to me. And so that's why I tend to go. And then the defense just bolsters that. It helps that. So yeah, I got the Houston Texans as well.
It's crazy because I know you said CJ Stroud, right? He could make enough plays. He has his issues too with turning the ball over. He almost threw the game last game. And I hear what you say, you think he's the best quarterback out of all of them. You know what's funny? I think Trevor Lawrence at his best this year has been better than CJ.
I think he's shown, if we take out what we saw from CJ in that rookie season, I think he's shown a bit of a higher ceiling. But I still don't. Yeah, I still rather put my money on CJ.
I feel you.
I just trust him a little bit more.
I feel you, and this is gonna sound crazy. Based on what I've seen this season, Daniel Jones might be the most trustworthy quarterback out of the three. To tell you the truth, because CJ Stroud, he don't do nothing. He's literally playing this game of not to lose. You know what I mean? He's playing like he know his defense is good. So it's kind of like, all right, the offense is not good with the Texans. Let me say that. The offense is not good with the Texans. The defense literally are carrying them. But the Colts, the Colts, here's a scenario. The Jags, right at the end of the season, which is crazy. They play the Colts twice, the Jets, the Titans, and the Broncos. But you know what's crazy? I could see the Texans, right, who I already went over the Colts schedule. It's tough at the end of the season. So that's why I'm counting them out. But the Texans schedule, they got the Chiefs. Like I said, they're gonna lose to the Chiefs, but they got the Cardinals, they got the Raiders, they got the Colts and the Chargers, which I think they could win 3 out of 4 of those games, maybe all 4. But then you look at the Jags, I can see the Jags probably splitting with the Colts. They're going to lose to the Broncos probably. And I can see them losing to the Titans at the end of the season. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, right.
So that's why I just can't trust the Jaguars. So like you said, I'm going with the Texans.
And I also think the Texans this week against the Chiefs, I want to say before we move on, I think they beat the Chiefs. And again, remember what I said. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. I know this is off topic, but I just want to keep throwing that out there. Even though I was thinking they was going to beat Dallas the other week, the Chiefs ain't going to the playoffs, yo. And I think the Texans going to put the stamp on it this week. Maybe I should have saved that for the Pickems, but I think the Texans put the stamp on that this week, and I think that ultimately helps them get into the proper place to take over that number 1 seed in the division.
Well, we know a lot of people are rooting for that to happen in the AFC. Trust and believe. Yeah. I know you called that. You said the Chiefs won't make the playoffs. You said a lot of things about this other team too. The Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, AJ, y'all supposed to be on the repeat tour.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Y'all not defending champions. That's what I was told. Y'all not defending champions. It's a whole new season. And maybe I should have listened because it is a whole new season. This season is a lot different than what it was last year when y'all had a slow start and y'all just ran off with a bunch of wins. Y'all went to Washington. And then y'all ran off with a bunch of other wins. All right. But AJ, you the Eagles guy. The people want to know what you got to say. Y'all had a tough loss. Ugly loss at home around this time of the day, right? On Black Friday. you probably doing something doing it. I don't know, you probably was busy. You couldn't watch the game. You know what I mean? You're gonna
Working.
tell the story. You're gonna tell the story. So AJ, where's your confidence level in the Eagles repeating again?
On a scale of 1 to 10, my confidence level of the Eagles repeating this year, I would probably go about a 6.5. I'd probably go about a 6.5. I can't go any higher than a 6.5. And the more I watch this team, I keep talking about this. We're not talking enough about, I would probably say, the second biggest issue with the team right now. We cannot run the football. We can't run the football. One thing about the Eagles since Jalen Hurts has been a starter in the National Football, been a starter in the National Football League. The Eagles have always had a top 10 rushing offense. Always. The passing offense varied. One year you had 29th passing offense. One year you had 25th. Another year you had 23rd. Like, that was always up and down. But the rushing attack was always there. Whether you had Sanders back there, whether you had Barkley back there, whether you had Scott back there, the giant killer back there, because the offensive line was dominant and teams had the game plan for Jalen Hurts using his legs as well as whoever else was coming out of the backfield. The RPO was killing teams. This year, we're not running in as much. And I get the feeling, and it's been mixed reporting out there. It's reports that say Jalen Hurts don't want to run as much this year. It's reports that say the coaching staff don't want Jalen Hurts running as much this year. I think a lot of it has to do with what happened last year. He had two, in my opinion, two concussions last year. And I think this year they was like, when we need it, break glass in case of an emergency, Jalen Hurts uses legs. But I think at the end of the day, if you take that away from, we got a super chat. Chris, cry Eagles cry, hashtag hurts the problem, hashtag R2L for life, hashtag big flock, top op, got you. Appreciate the super chat. It's
funny. His first comment came up as soon as you started your speech.
I saw that. Like, man, here y'all go.
Right on time.
But no, in all seriousness, when Hurts is not using his legs in the RPO game and in the running game, it takes away a dynamic from the offense. The passing offense is very basic. And to be honest, I'm at the point with it where I'm tired of complaining about it. I think it's a known fact that we run in slants, hitches, and goals. Like, everybody know what's coming. We don't run a lot of routes across the middle of the field. We don't run a lot of screens. I think we should. There's not a lot of creativity. There's not a lot of motion. Like, it's just the offense is what it is. But what makes the offense, what's always made the offense tough to defend is the running game. Once Jalen Hurts get it going in the running game, once Saquon or Sanders get it going in the running game, you got to drop those linebackers, you got to drop those safeties, and then we bomb you over the top. That's been us for the longest. But now, like I said, we can't get the run game going. So now you got to throw the ball it feels like almost every down. And then you have Hurts. Over the last month, and I know people, I'm going to talk about Jay Hurts for a second. Before the bye, right, I was saying Jay Hurts inching up on MVP conversations because he was. He had the perfect game against the Minnesota Vikings. He had the 4 touchdown game against the Giants. I thought coming out of the game or coming out of the bye against Green Bay, I thought the coaching was timid. And I said that in the chat during the game. If y'all not in the R2L chats, I highly suggest you jump in, especially if you're an NFL fan. I highly suggest you jump in. But I said that during the game, we played timid. We running the ball on 3rd and long. Like, we played a very timid game. I didn't like the play calling, right? I thought, in the Lions game, okay, that was an ugly game. You had some drops, you had some misplays here and there. Hurts also didn't play the greatest game in that game. I thought in the Cowboy game, I thought Hurts was the best player on the offensive side of the ball. Oh, he's the best player on the and AJ is obviously in that conversation as well because he had a big time game. But I thought he played great in the first half. Also thought he played really well in the second half. But we saw a punt fumble. We saw Saquon Barkley fumble. We saw pre-snap penalty after pre-snap penalty after pre-snap penalty that made us go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 10, 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 15. Like, we saw that constantly, and it put us behind the sticks, and we weren't able to, stop the Dallas Cowboys from scoring once they got going. I thought he made the plays that he had to make, but we couldn't. Other guys with penalties and things of that nature could not get it going. This Bears game, can't say much about that one, Jay. I ain't gonna lie. That's a rough game. And I thought that tush push fumble cost us the game. Now we could put a lot of blame elsewhere, right? We could say Jake Elliott missed the kick. We could say the defense gave up X amount of rushing yards. They was bound to break at some point, right? But at the end of the day, that defense held the Bears to 10 points at halftime. And we came out after halftime 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. At the end of the day, that defense forced a turnover after an Ajae Brown touchdown. Got the turnover, put you in the red zone, and then you fumbled the tush push. The interception was bad, but it wasn't as bad as the tush push. That was horrible, and I think it just swayed momentum of the game, right? But I heard you say something before I get to my overlying point. I heard you say something that I want to respond to directly. You put it in the reel. Hurts got to be more consistent. This is why people slander him, because he's not consistent. He got all these weapons, and this is how he played with Dallas on his heels, da-da-da-da-da. And I just want to say something. How long has Jalen Hurts had all of these weapons? Jay Hurts done had Ajae Brown. He done had Saquon Barkley. What's funny? We never had this many super chats on Unfazed till we get to talk about Hurts and the Eagles. Never got all these super. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for the super chats, though. We appreciate the haters with the super chat. Shout out to Bohr. Conveniently, he's working when the Eagles get put in the smoker. I'm around, bro, but I ain't working countless hours right now. I'm at the post office. It's peak season, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. But nevertheless, I'm here. I'm present today. I'm on the show, present today, speaking on the Eagles. But I want to say, how long has Jalen Hurts had these weapons? He's been playing with Ajae Brown. He's been playing with Devontae Smith. He's been playing with this offensive line and a pretty good defense for about 4 years. You add Saquon to the equation, now that's a year and a half now, or a year and 3/4, right? Well, all of these weapons, because people say he got all these weapons. And it's almost like we talk as if he hasn't maximized said weapons. Bro, he just won the Super Bowl. Like, we gotta stop acting like he didn't just win. They just scored the most points for a postseason run in the last 25 years. Like this month, and I want to pay emphasis. This month for the Eagles has been rough because they have gone 2-2 in the month, and the offense has not looked great. But let's not this overline. This is why he gets slandered. He gonna get slandered even when he win. He gonna get slandered because they're gonna talk about the team. But all I'm saying is we gotta stop talking about Jay Hurts like he ain't accomplished nothing with this core. He been winning, but he's still 8-4 with this core. He ain't gonna be perfect every game, but he's a champion, Super Bowl MVP, All Pro with this team. And I also want to say Javon is not the only person to say Jalen Hurts needs to work on his consistency. Mm-hmm. Like we can't ignore when I do get on my quarterback, we can't ignore that. I also said one of his flaws is his consistency. Playoffs is a different story. Weeks 1 through 17, sometimes he gonna ball, sometimes he not. He got to work on that. So I saw that earlier, and I want to make sure I respond to that. But going back to the big picture, I want to say this. I put it at a 6.5 mainly because of the rushing game, not because of the play calling. The play calling is what it's going to be. Not because of Jay Hurts, because I think Jay Hurts is ultimately going to be fine. It's been a rough month. I think Jay Hurts is going to be fine. But if we can't run the ball, we're not going nowhere. And it's just that simple. We have to find a way to unlock the running game, whether that be Jalen Hurts run more, whether it be the offensive line get more healthy and open up bigger holes for Saquon, right? We have to figure that out, because if you can't run the ball, that's not just the Eagles thing. That's NFL wide. If you can't run the ball, you're not going to win, especially in the postseason. That's the one part of the game that travels, defense and run game. If you can't run the football, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win when it matters. So that's why I'm at a 6.5. But I want to tell Eagles fans this. I want to tell DeVore this. I want to tell Chris this. I want to tell Big O this. This ain't 2023, bro. Joe, if you feel the same way, I want to tell you, this is not 2023. The Eagles are not going to collapse. Just because we lost 2 games this past month does not mean the Eagles are going to collapse. It just means the Eagles still have work to do going into the postseason. The Eagles are not going to lose the NFC East. I don't care how close the Cowboys get. The Cowboys, and I'll get to the Cowboys later. The Cowboys are not going to snatch the NFC East from the Eagles. The Eagles are going to win the NFC East. They're going to get into the playoffs. And then all things made equal, we'll see what happens from there. Because either way, we tough to beat when it really matters most. But the Eagles are not going to collapse. Jay Hurts ain't letting that happen again on his watch. I'm sorry. I'm just going. And if he does, I gotta own it. But I don't think my quarterback is letting that happen again on his watch. I don't think this team is letting that happen again. I think there was lessons learned that year, and I don't think that's going to happen again this year. So with that being said, as far as a repeat, I'm at a 6.5. I'm not giving up on it because the whole NFC look a little shaky, and I still don't believe in a single team out there that I could say they are head and shoulders above Philadelphia. I still don't see that when push comes to shove. But again, realistically speaking, if we can't run the ball, we are in trouble for sure.
Shout out for another super chat, Dimitri. 199 super chat. Y'all should have kept y'all real QB, Kenny Pickett. That's a troll right there.
Also, want to say my bad. One last thing. I don't know who watched Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is a perfect example of people not knowing what they're talking about. It's the perfect example of people not knowing what they're talking about. They take a steal shot or something happens in the game. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Jay Hurts missed that play. I can't believe. Oh my gosh, he missed Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith wide open. And then they get to the sideline and they like, yo, I'm thinking you finna run the stop route. And Smitty like, I'm doing this. Miscommunication. The ball wasn't thrown behind him. The ball was put in the spot where he thought Smitty was going to be, and Smitty ran a different route. He gave Smitty a signal at the line. Smitty missed the signal, ran something he wasn't supposed to, and it ended up being more open. Ran something he wasn't supposed to. Hurts put the ball where it was supposed to be, and Smitty wasn't there. But look at this steal shot. He had Goddard wide open. He had Smitty right here.
Well, according to Kev, it was a winner that did that.
Nah. He just put the ball in the spot where he thought Smitty was, and it was a miscommunication, which has happened a lot this year. Happened a lot this year. But
that wasn't a win, Kev.
Yeah, it wasn't. He put it where he wanted to put it.
Now, I do want to respond to something you said about Hurts' consistency, right? And you said he just won a Super Bowl last year. Oh man, hey, we need to y'all more often when y'all lose.
Man, I mean, they love it. They love it. Keep in mind, we got it. I don't know who Dimitri is a fan of, but we got a Ravens fan who's sitting at 6-6. Let's call this. We got Ravens fans fighting for first place in their division. They 6-6. Lamar been playing like buns as of late. Let's just call it spade to spade. He's not played well as of late. Right, and then we got a Dolphins fan. You know what I mean? We got a Dolphins fan talking crazy, but nevertheless.
Let me get a shout out to my boy Chris, aka Bless, 999 super chat. Unfazed late because AJ hurt off these L's. Shaking my head. Hashtag R2L for life. Hashtag Big Flock. Hashtag Wellness Center CEO. Yeah. All right. So like you said Hurts' consistency, and he said, did he ever accomplish anything? That's not what I said. I didn't say he wasn't an accomplished quarterback. I said he not consistent. And then the example you brought up was last year's playoff run, was give you the full example of him not being consistent. He was terrible against the Packers. He was terrible against the Rams, and then he turns up against the NFC East Commanders and in the Super Bowl.
The
playoff run wasn't good.
He game in the Studer Packer game. He got hurt. He started off hot and got hurt in the Rams game. Now, if we gonna call it spade a spade, Joe, after the Rams game, you said I'm not gonna hold the Rams game against him because he got hurt. You said that, and in the first half, he was cooking.
Let's call spade a spade. Before he got hurt, he had that one run,
a
touchdown, and he also had a fumble or a safety before he got hurt.
No. No,
he did against the Rams. He got a safety in that game.
No, that play was after he got that play was after he messed up his knee because he couldn't move out of the pocket.
Because I know in that one game he had a one run and that was basically it for the rest of the game. But I give you that.
He had that run, and then he had to bomb to Smitty that got where he did a helmet to helmet, put him in midfield. Then he had to bomb to AJ that AJ dropped because of the snow. He was actually cooking to start, and then he got hurt. That's I just want to say.
The Packers game.
And then we conveniently always gloss over the Commander game and over the Super Bowl. But
I just brought it up.
Go ahead.
The Packers game. What did he do?
He game managed. He
game managed. Like 2-4 quarters with no completions.
He may have.
He was not good, AJ. Like y'all forced so many turnovers that game, and it was still a game because the offense was trash that game. And Saquon ran y'all to the Super Bowl last year, and now Saquon is not doing that. Y'all offense having trouble. Let's talk about that. So you said something which is interesting. You said that the fact that the run game is not working, we got to throw the ball a lot more, which is not true. Because when you look at the numbers, y'all throw the ball 28 times a game and run the ball 27 times a game. So y'all kind of got a balanced offense.
Because we're trying to. My bad. Keep going. I don't want to cut you. My bad. Keep going.
Also, y'all are 15th in rushing attempts per game and 29th in passing attempts per game. Y'all throw the ball almost the least amount than anybody in the NFL. And I look at other teams who struggle from the down-to-down basis and running the ball because y'all average 4 yards per carry running the ball, right? That's what y'all do. The Packers also average 4 yards a carry. Y'all right now are 19th in scoring offense. The Packers are 10th. When they also are averaging 4 yards a carry. Pittsburgh Steelers, who offense is not really good, who are averaging 4 yards a carry, they're 15th. They're averaging more points than y'all. The 49ers averaging 3.5 yards per carry, but yet they're 14th, which is higher than y'all. The Bucks, who has receivers injured everywhere, are averaging 4 point, and they running back being hurt, averaging 4.1 yards per carry, but yet they're 17th in offense. And the Jags, 4.2 yards per carry, they are 11th. So all these teams that I'm naming, they are having the same down-to-down issues like y'all are, but yet the offense is scoring more, and they're developing more plays. You know why? Because y'all are 3-and-out masters. Y'all are barely on the field because y'all constantly go 3-and-out. Y'all stalled out on drives so many times. Look at the Bears game. How many times y'all stalled out that game? And the reason why the game was even close because the Bears are incompetent. They kept trying to throw the ball when they should have been running down your throats because y'all couldn't stop them. So that's what I mean. Like Hurts, he would come out and have a Vikings game, then play the Giants, and then against the Packers, he wasn't good. Against the Lions, he wasn't good. And then you say he was good against the Cowboys, and then against the Bears, he wasn't good. So that's what I mean. We want to look at the overall picture. My man is Super Bowl MVP. Oh yes, it's true, but he's not the driving force. Saquon was. Now Saquon is having struggles, having issues. Now the offense is struggling as a whole. AJ complaining, AJ won out, AJ asking what all this stuff is happening. And then the fact that people say that when AJ gets his targets, y'all lose, like AJ's the problem. When AJ got the most targets he ever had in the first quarter, y'all had a fair start against the Cowboys. And it was because AJ was cooking. So all I said in my reel is that Hurts got to be more consistent. We can have these high games and then these super low games. These games are like Bo Nix-ish. Like he looked like Bo Nix at times, bro, when he should not be looking like that. That's what I meant by that. You want to respond to that before I go?
Absolutely. Saquon Barkley, week 1, 60 yards. Week 2, 88 yards. Week 3, 46 yards. Week 4, 43 yards. The next week, 30 yards. The next week, 58 yards. The next week, 44 yards. Game against the Giants, 150 yards. Went crazy. Next game, 60 yards. Next game, 83 yards. Next game, 22 yards. Next game, 56 yards. Again, you keep talking about these other teams doing this, these other teams doing that. Number one, some of these other teams have good play callers, and they've had the same play callers for years. For years, they've had the same play callers because a lot of these play callers are the head coach. As we know, our head coach cannot call plays, so we got a different play caller every year. So we're making an adjustment in that category. So yes, they are able to respond and bounce back when their rushing attack is not going well. The Philadelphia Eagles heavily rely on their rushing attack, not just with Saquon Barkley, but with Hurts in the backfield as well. Again, Hurts was giving you 500-something yards a season, nearly 600 yards a season. He's not doing that this year. We're not running him as much, which opens the field up for literally for everyone else for whatever reason. And that may be Hurts' fault. So I'm not exalting him, but that may be him. Like, no, I don't want to do it as much this year. I don't know what to believe, but I know that drastically affects the offense. And then on top of that, all of these comparisons, we can't ignore what I said initially. I said we went from a top, even in 2023, we were a top 10 rushing offense. We was number 8. We are now the 21st, 22nd rushing offense in the league. If the passing offense has never been highly touted like that, even when Hurts had his best season, the passing offense was never the highest. It was always about the rushing attack. When the rushing attack comes all the way down to 21st, the pass game may move up a little bit, may not, but it definitely don't help when your pass concepts in general are just as basic as they were in 2021, or not 2021, in 2022, and other teams have adapted. So I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts deserves a pass. I bring up what I said before when it comes to the run is because you, along with other people, say things like he gets criticism because he has all of these weapons and look what's happening. And my rebuttal is we can't keep saying that like he has not season after season maximized said weapons. He's been to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. We can't act as if he has not over the last 4 years since he had the weapons, maximized said weapons with a new coordinator all but 1 year every single season. That's all I'm saying. I think that I also saw another reel that you put out about LJ, Lamar Jackson. And the first thing you said was, I want to give him another game. And I'm saying, hold on. They don't have another game. They are in position right now where the Kansas City Chiefs might not make the playoffs. This year, you need to be on it. I know he might be battling injury. I know he might be going through something. This is Lamar Jackson we talking about. But we're going to cut Lamar Jackson some slack. I'm sure we're going to cut Josh Allen some slack. I'm sure we're going to cut Pat some slack. All I'm saying is, for what Jalen Hurts has accomplished, I'm giving Jalen Hurts the benefit of the doubt. But I am also saying, as an Eagles fan, we can't collapse again. So I'm going to hold him accountable, and I'm going to also say he needs to be more consistent. But I'm not going to say he got all these weapons. This is how it's supposed to look. It's not many quarterbacks in the NFL in his circumstance. No rushing attack. Give them the team. Give them the team. Give them the current Philadelphia Eagles right now. Give them Ajae. Give them Devontae. Give them their offensive line. Give them that coaching staff.
I got you an example. How about the Steelers offense? TJ Warren, the starting running back, 37 rushing yards, 48 rushing yards, 47 rushing yards, 52. Then against the Bengals, he turned up 127, then 62, then 31, then 70, then 62, 68, 35 with an old man at quarterback, and they putting up more points than y'all. And they only got DK. They don't have Devontae Smith. And they play caller ain't. We don't like they play caller.
How long has their play caller been in place? Number one. Number two,
Aaron Rodgers just got there. Aaron Rodgers just got there this year. He's new.
How is Aaron Rodgers playing?
Aaron Rodgers is himself. I mean, he's playing like he's playing real safe. I mean, he's playing real safe.
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar, Joe. He playing safe. That sounds familiar.
The issue with the Steelers is the fact that he only has DK, and DK is not even a top tier receiver. That's their real problem. They need receiver help. Y'all have the receiver help. You got your receivers crying every single week dropping the ball.
But see, and then they get the ball, and we start losing.
He's not the reason y'all losing.
I'm not saying he is.
When he got the ball, y'all put up points. When he get the ball, y'all put up points. When he don't get the ball, y'all don't put up points.
Could have fooled me because we had 38 points without him playing. Number one,
against
number
two,
against the Giants.
Okay,
and number two, he just went for 130 something yards, and we scored the Bears. He scored 15 points. Hold on. He just went for 130 something yards. We put up 15 points. And it looked the same as the Packers game, where Smitty had a decent game, and we had, what was it, 15 points, or I think it was 10. Did we have 10 points at the end of that game? Like,
what did he do against Dallas?
He had a day.
And y'all put up points when y'all gave him the ball.
We had 21. We gave him the ball in the second half too. But yeah,
he's had the. All I'm saying is this: like you bringing it up, like we giving the ball and we losing. Like
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I'm not. And I'll let you go. I'm not buying into the notions of, well, this is what happened, and the AJ complaining that AJ this and AJ this. Bruh, AJ complained about something every year, bruh. He always got something to say. He always, even when he getting the ball, he got something to say. He went off in the Vikings game, he had something to say. 2023, he had something to say. Right before he went for Calvin Johnson record. Devontae Smith getting his and he always got something to say. I'm not using that as an indictment on Hurts or an indictment on anybody else. That's AJ. That's AJ.
Listen, really quick. Sorry to reach out. I didn't pronounce it. I'm thinking about the dude from Indiana Pacers a while ago, TJ Warren. It's Jalen Warren. My bad. Get my RB name right. My bad. But you said give any quarterback this team. I'm like, are you serious, AJ? Get any quarterback this roster, this team, and this play code I keep killing when AJ got his targets and they asked your quarterback what changed, and he said, "Oh, that's a KP question." They asked KP, and KP said, "Nothing's changed. I mean, the ball just found him this game."
He was capping, bro.
Why are you also capping?
Did you watch the film, bro? You can't tell.
What was different then? What was different then?
The difference is we went into the game with a game plan to get AJ Brown the ball. That was the difference.
What did he do differently?
We went into the game with a game plan to get AJ Brown the ball, and we force fed AJ Brown the ball. That was the difference. We don't always go into these. We don't always go into these games with a game plan to get him the ball. The game plan is to run the. Let's start. We gonna force feed the run. We gonna force feed the run. We gonna run. We gonna get Saquon going. Every week it's been we gonna get Saquon going. We gonna get Saquon going. We gonna get Saquon going. And then to defense's credit, they do their thing with the bracketing and all of that stuff with AJ. So Hurts say, look, I'm finna go to Devontae and I'm finna go to Goddard. And honestly, the offense looked better when we was doing that. The offense, as bad as it's been, looked better when Hurts was spreading it around. This is a fact. Look at the first half of the Tampa Bay game. Look at the Vikings game. Look at the Giants game. This is a fact. We can go down game by game. When he was feeding Devontae and feeding Dallas Goedert and not force feeding AJ, we had our best offensive performances. We've had our worst offensive performances when we start force feeding AJ Brown the football. And that's not an indictment on AJ. All I'm saying is we cannot run the football this year. And that is probably the overlying issue on top of the coordinating and coaching. But I'm gonna leave that alone for the day. I'm gonna focus on the players because this is on the players. We have to open up the run game. That's the only way to turn this around. Whether it be Hurts running or whether it be Saquon running, we gotta get the run game going to an extent. At least it at least needs to be a threat. And yes, you bring up the Steelers and you brought up the Bucks and the Jags. Bro, these ain't Super Bowl contenders. The question is confidence level in the Eagles repeat, not to make it. They could make the playoffs how they playing right now. They could be a decent team. They're 8-4 without a rushing attack. The question is, will they repeat? I'm saying in order to win the Super Bowl, we got to get this rushing attack going. That's whether it be Hurts or whether it be Saquon, we got to figure out a way to open up the running lanes because we could be Jacksonville, bro. We could be the Steelers. We could be all of those teams that you just compared us to. Look at how they looking, but they losing. They not. The Jags only team 8-4 that you mentioned.
The reason why, because y'all a collective team is better than all those teams we just named. They not. Are we serious right now? Are we really serious? You really don't think your collective team is better than the Jags?
I think the Eagles. You asking the wrong question because I've been saying the Eagles are the best team in the league since 2021, bro. So it is
good. Y'all have a great GM. Had the best GM in the league. When y'all have a need, he fulfills it. Like he does a great job at that. Everybody don't have that. I'm talking about your quarterback, the leader of your offense. The offense is the downside. I'm listening to your press conference. They constantly asking your offense and constantly asking your DC. The defense is carrying the offense. The defense is out in the field of the time. They are carrying the offense. So who's ahead of the offense? Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
Okay, what can he do to make this better. Like he's
he
ahead
can
of
be
offense.
he can be more consistent. My question to
That's
you is
what I said. He has to be consistent.
my question to you is why doesn't it seem like you cut him the same slack that you cut other guys though?
Like who?
Why Lamar?
The question was, should you be concerned with Lamar? The reason why I said no, because Lamar never looked like this in regular season. You could clearly see he's hurt. He's not even practicing during the week. He's not even practicing. And that's why I said, wait one more game, because the game we just saw, that bad performance, I said this in the actual show, it had nothing to do with his injury. I said that. He just played flat out bad. But that's why I said, wait one more week, because he has a mini bye week. That was a Thursday night, and he'll play Sunday. And if he looked like that against the Steelers, then you should be concerned. Exactly what I said.
Shouldn't that be a reason to be concerned if he looked healthy last week and still didn't play well?
Because he might still be hurt. That's what I said. He might still be hurt. He has a mini bye week. Wait until the mini bye. He has time off. He will get healthy this week. And if he still looks bad, then you should be concerned with Lamar. Lamar has never looked bad in the regular season. Never. That's why I said that. Jalen Hurts, he's always been inconsistent for real.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
So what's your confidence level?
Oh, back to the question.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you the Eagles fan. You a 6, so I can't be higher than you, right? I can't. You the Eagle fan over there, so listen. To keep it real, I mean, the Eagles have a really good team. You know, like so, y'all can flip the switch any second because y'all have a really good team. If I look at the roster compared to anybody else, y'all have the best. But I'm gonna say 5. I mean, it's like a. I mean, I don't know. It's a 5. It's in the middle. I don't know because there's no team outside of the Rams that are sticking out. But the Rams could lose to y'all in the playoffs. But it's all about will y'all get home. You know what? Yeah, I'm definitely below a 5 because if y'all don't play at home, y'all not going to the Super Bowl. Shit like that. Y'all gotta have the road go through Philly. I mean, y'all just have to. So I'm gonna say a 4 right now. Y'all repeating.
Fair.
I'm gonna say a 4 because right now you better be rooting for the Packers. I mean, sorry, for the Bears, because if the Packers get the division lead and y'all end up tying with the Bears, y'all gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm
rooting for the Packers to win the division because we got the tiebreaker with the Packers.
I'm tripping. You want to root for the Packers to win the division, but you don't have a tiebreaker because they got a tie. You know what I mean? You can't tie with them if you get a tie. You know, but y'all. I mean, we gonna talk about the Cowboys, but yeah, hey. But go ahead.
Hey man. Like I said, before we move on, I just want to say it's all fun and games right now. We dog Hurts, we dog Philly. It's this, it's that. It's perfectly fine. It's all good. But we gonna get this turned around. I ain't finna lose hope in my football team sitting at 8-4. We gonna get this thing turned around. We're going to figure out this rushing attack. The defense, even though it's giving up a lot on the ground, that's been happening the last couple of weeks. I'm not really concerned about the defense. We might be getting big play Slayback, and I don't care what nobody say. I love that if we can. If we can get Slayback, I personally would love that. Bring him back. I know he didn't look great with the Steelers so far this season, but bring him back playing in this system. I personally, I think he's better than what we have in place over Dory Jackson. I would try it. I think at the very least he'd be a good depth piece. So we'll see what happens. But
I do want to
and I'm about to say one last thing. I also want to say too, this schedule a little tougher than people think too, especially if Jaden come back. Especially if Jaden Daniels come back.
I'm telling you, I'm letting you know right now
because they play the Commanders twice. We got the I don't know if Herbert is going to be healthy enough to play, but we got to play him this upcoming week. We do have the Raiders, and then we got Buffalo. So. This is gonna tell us a lot, but my boy is good. My boy, and we can't do all this slandering. And then when he turned this around, the team. If it's all Hurts, like Chris say, because Chris the type of person that's going, and some of y'all chose in the comments, the type of people y'all throw everything on Hurts when things ain't going well, which is cool, so long as when everything going right, you give Hurts his proper respect. That's all I gotta say. Because when we win the Super Bowl, it's this person, it's that person, it's that person. But when we collapse or we not playing well. Now it's all on Hurts. How? When they wasn't winning because of Hurts. So how could they collapse because of Hurts? Right? But my bad. Go ahead, Joe.
Now I was about to say, hey, Commanders, we playing spoiler. That's all I'm saying. We playing spoiler. But we can move on to the Bears. I know my man said he a Bears fan, as you can tell.
Sir.
Bears best team in the league. I think you need to slow your roll. I think you need to
Yeah, man. And the Bears, the Chicago, yeah, man, the Chicago Bears defeated the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday and are now the number 1 seed. My bad. Now the number 1 seed in the NFC. In the NFC. So, Joe, do you think they will hold on to the number 1 seed and finish at the top of the NFC, or do you think some other team will come and snatch it, like the Rams, like the Packers, like Philadelphia, like whoever else you want to throw in there, Seattle?
No, here's my thing with the Bears, man. Like, they defenses and running attackers hold them down. Caleb Williams will be their downfall. He will be their downfall. When I watched y'all game, AJ, it was one part of the game. I was like, why are they throwing the ball so much? Like, why are they not running the ball? Now look at the stats at the time. Swift had 11 rushes for like 93 yards, something like that. He going crazy. Caleb Williams was 11 from 27, bro. He had 27 attempts at the time. And Swift had 11 rushes. 11 from 27. And he only had 97 yards. He was averaging 3 yards per attempt. 3 yards per attempt. He was horrible. And he had some moments early in the game, right? Oh, he made some throws, some key downs. But overall, he was not good. I'm going to give you a stat by Caleb Williams. Did you know that Caleb Williams has the lowest completion percentage in the NFL right now? Do you know that? He's throwing the ball 58.1%. And on top of that, AJ, this is mind-blowing. With the lowest completion percentage, he's throwing into tight windows at the lowest rate. 10% of his throws are in tight windows. But yeah, he has a 58% completion percentage. That's horrible. That is horrible. Now, will Caleb get better? I think he will with Ben Johnson. He's trying to structure him to a, you know what I mean? He's trying to get him right with his mechanics. Like he an off-script type dude. You know what I mean? But those be there, but he be missing. I remember he's off-script. He missed through wide open the end zone. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he's open. But anyways, I think he will be the downfall. The defense is turning the ball over. They lead the league in turnovers force. They already passed what they did last year when they going into y'all game, and that was the battle of the turnovers with y'all. Like they asked y'all about the turnover. I think they asked Hurts, and he said we take care of the ball very well. You know what I mean? And
then turned the ball over twice.
Turn the ball over.
I was so pissed. I was so hot, bro. Yeah, go ahead, my man.
Then he threw a pick and he fumbled. You know, so they won the turnover battle. So they Ben Johnson's got their boys turned up, but I think they're losing this week because the Packers have a really good defense. Really good defense. And Caleb Williams, if I'm a Bears fan, he would scare me. Yeah, he threw a dot. You're right. He threw a dot. But then he threw a bunch of ducks too. I mean, the man is not accurate. He looked pretty. It looked nice. Like he be running, he be dodging, doing spin moves. I'm like, okay. And he would throw it. I'm like, okay. And then go in the dirt. I'd be like, bro.
Yep.
So I'm going to say they will not hold it. I think they're actually going to lose it this week to their division rival because I think the Packers win. They take the number 1 in the NFC South. I'm sorry, in the NFC North. They actually pass them in that. So I'm going to say no.
I agree. It's either going to be the Rams, it's going to be Philadelphia, it's going to be Seattle, or it's going to be did I say Green Bay? It's going to be one of them 4 teams. It's going to be one of them 14. And it's not that I don't think the Bears are a good team. I think the Bears are a good team. I love their rushing attack. I think their defense is very opportunistic. Yeah. Caleb Williams is very hit or miss to me. And I had a lot to say about Ben Johnson in the offseason when he was throwing shots at the tush push. I had a lot to say. But what I will say is he's scheming it up. He's scheming guys open. The rushing attack against us, bro, with the pre-snap motion and guys running this way, but the rushing attack going this way. I seen the all 22s of that way. Everybody going this way, the rushing attack going that way. All right, everybody go this way. We're going to run this way. All right, everybody stay still. We're going to run up the middle. Like, it was just like, I could see why they was getting us. I'm like, yo, this is confusing. Like, I could see the eye discipline it had to be on point. And it has to be on point when you play Chicago. That is what gets them going, that run game. But then you get into that play action game. But I just don't. it's not really an indictment against Chicago. I just think the teams I just mentioned, and I know people gonna get on me because I'm an Eagles fan, and I said the Eagles could get the number 1 seed back, whatever the case may be. I just look at these other teams that I mentioned. I still think they better. I still think they're better than Chicago. Like, I think the Rams are better than Chicago. You know, I think the Packers are better than Chicago. Seattle, you know how I feel about Seattle because of Sam Darnold. But that defense will give the Bears trouble. I feel like that defense will give y'all some issues. And so I got more faith in those teams. And then the Eagles, off the mere fact that if they can turn it, like, as bad as it is, if I had to put my money on them getting the number 1 seed, I wouldn't put it on the Eagles getting the number 1 seed right now because of how they look and because I think the schedule is difficult coming down the stretch. But what I will say is they got the tiebreaker over almost everybody that's fighting for that number 1 seed. Like, they did beat Green Bay. They did beat the Rams. You know, the Bucks is not up there right now, but they beat the Bucks, right? Like, so if the Rams finish as the division winner and the Eagles finish with the same record, you know, if the same thing with the, you know, similar situation with Green Bay, like, so they are not out of the fight for the number 1 seed. And we the defending Super Bowl champs. Like, I got more faith in us at the end of the day coming down the stretch than Chicago. I just do. And that's, even if I wasn't an Eagles fan, I would be like, I have not seen enough from the Bears. And I think it's just because the Bears kind of the new team on the block. You know, Stafford and the Rams, they've been around for a little bit. Philly, obviously, the defending champs. Seattle's the new team on the block as well, but their defense is so prolific that it's hard for me to, look past them. I just got more faith in them other teams, bro. I think it's been a good ride, and I don't think the Bears are going to be like a one and done team in the playoffs. I can see them getting in and knocking someone off for sure. But I don't think they're a good enough team to be the number 1 seed, bro. I just don't. And I think, let me check, because I was looking at this earlier too. I think they got a rough schedule coming down the stretch too. They got Green Bay twice, they got San Fran, and they got Detroit. Now, Detroit is the last game of the season. I'm interested in seeing where they are at that point in the season. But right. But at the end of the day, Dan Campbell gonna play whether they in the playoffs or not, he gonna play everybody and he playing to win.
He playing exactly.
So it's like I think they drop at least one of these games to Green Bay coming up. Yeah. At least one of them.
And the 49ers game.
The 49ers. And so I think they'll lose enough games to not be the number 1 seed.
It's tough, yeah. All right, moving on to another team that's fighting for playoff, being a playoff picture. The Cowboys, division rivals, Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys, they beat a good team, man. They beat the Chiefs. I mean, you might not say they're a good team, but they are beating teams. They beat the Super Bowl, reigning Super Bowl champions, and the Super Bowl runner-up in back-to-back games. So they were at home both games, obviously, and it was on a short week. So the Cowboys, they are sitting outside the playoff picture. AJ, with your NFC East goggles, will the Cowboys make the playoffs?
The Cowboys are one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC right now. I said this before the season started. I said Dallas is going to start off slow because you got a new play caller in there, right? And you got Pickens in there. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for them to catch their rhythm. But once they catch their rhythm, I see them, getting hot middle of the season down the stretch. I called this. I knew this was going to happen. Super chat. Don't slip up, Mr. Eagles. 2023 ? Again. That's funny. Like I said, this is not 2023. It's 2025. But anyway, continuing on. I saw this coming. Like, I knew that Dallas was going to get hot down the stretch. It was just in the cards, it felt like. And I feel like they plan for something that's even deeper than football at this point too. I'm not going to touch on that like that, but y'all know what I'm referring to. So they hot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not making the playoffs though. No, bro, they're not making the play. This is the thing. In order for them to make the playoffs, I believe they have to win a division, and they're not winning the division. This is the thing. the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they have dropped the last 2 games, the Philadelphia Eagles have to continue to plummet. Like, we gotta continue. Like, we gotta drop some more of these games down the stretch. And Dallas gotta keep winning. And that's the thing I want people to focus on. Like, Dallas has to continue to win. And these last 2 games been in Dallas. They beat 2 slumming teams. Let's just call it, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Now, granted, they beat us, credit for the win. They came back down 21-0 on us. So I give them credit. Even though we're slumming, they caught us in that slump. That's fine. Same thing with you know how I feel about the Chiefs. Like, I did pick the Chiefs winning going into that game, but did it shock me when the Cowboys won? No, didn't shock me. The game is in Dallas. Dak is hot, right? Coming off of a win against us. Pickens got it going. Like, it wasn't a super shocking win given how I look at the Cowboys and how I look at the Kansas City Chiefs. But now they're getting ready to go on the road against a hungry Lions team that is battered and injured right now. So that's pivotal too. They are missing St. Brown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They are missing Laporta. So the Cowboys got it lined up for to make this run, which is exactly why I don't think they will. It's because when it's lined up for them to make a run, they fold. People think Dallas gonna win out. Dallas not gonna win out, bro. Dallas gonna slip at least 1 or 2 more times. I think they're gonna lose to the Lions. I think they're gonna lose to Detroit. I think they're gonna lose to the Commanders. I think they're gonna lose at least them 2 games. I think that Chargers game, if Herbert not back this week, he definitely gonna be back by that week. So that's gonna be a sticky game as well. I think that the Cowboys look good right now. They are hot. Credit to them. They are very dangerous. And that defense has improved as well. Shout out to the defensive line. They've been bolstering up since they got rid of Micah Parsons. But at the end of the day, I don't see them guys rattling off a bunch of wins to end the season and then we completely crumble. Because honestly, 2023, that ain't even how that happened. 2023, the Eagles crumbled all the way. And Dallas didn't even win out. Dallas was dropping games here and there. Like, Dallas still left the door open for us multiple times. And we just kept losing. Just couldn't get a grip. This year, they practically got to win out, and we got to crumble completely for it to happen. And I don't see that happening. Maybe it could be Eagles goggles or whatever the case may be. But I don't think Philadelphia is that bad. They just went 2-2 this month. It's not like they went 0-4. People talk like we went 0-4 this past. We went 2-2. We won 2 games against 2 good teams. We lost 2 games. It happens. We're going to see what this month entails. This is where my dog makes his name. We talk all that talk about my dog. This is where he make his name. December, January, February is where Jalen Hurts. He never in them top 5 conversations. If you really pay attention outside of 2022, he's never in those conversations until December, January, February. Then it's like, bro, that boy Jay Hurts top 5. That boy Jay, see what he did in this game. See what he did against Pittsburgh. See what he did in the NFC Championship game. See what he did in the Super. That boy Jay Hurts, he got this. Is where my dog makes his name. This is where this why they pay my dog. Another collapse will not happen on his watch. Mark my words. And I don't think, as good as Dallas is, as good as they are, I think naturally they're going to drop some games here and there that give the Eagles even more cushion to secure that to secure that seeding. And I think other teams, if you don't win a division in the NFC, it's other teams that's ahead of them that's going to make it tough. So, no, they are good. I don't see them making the playoffs.
So I'm going to say no right now. But the door is definitely open. And I agree.
Hold on, Joe. Hold on. I need a no for this show today, because this is like we calling it in advance. I can't have a
okay.
No,
I got
for
you
now. I need to either no completely, or I think they're gonna get in.
Let me explain before I get my answer.
Okay.
The Cowboys, and I agree, the only way they get into the playoffs is by winning the NFC East. Now, there's this thing going around in our division where there hasn't been a repeated champion. I mean, I don't know, for so long, right? And y'all look like y'all running away with it. Or y'all did, I would say. And now y'all dropped 2 games in a row, right? And the Cowboys get 2 games in a row. Now, with the tie record that Dallas has, it's 5 games left. Y'all just have to lose 2 more games in Dallas. And looking at y'all schedule versus Dallas schedule, you can't say Dallas can win out because Detroit is hurt. I mean, come on now. I mean, you was howling DJ McCarthy way, but the Vikings, right? The Vikings are the Vikings, and they playing at home against the Vikings. They play at home against the Chargers, and to keep a spade, that just do good against the Commanders. But my boy JD5 might be back, so that might be a different story. It might be the one L they might take, you know what I mean? And then they got the Giants. We know what Dak does against the Giants. So they could win out. And I look at y'all schedule. Y'all got the Chargers, which I think is a must-win right now.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all got Buffalo, who will be fighting also
in
Buffalo at this time of the year. And y'all got us twice. And you know, we could be. All I know is somebody Christmas getting spoiled because we're going to be the Grizz this year. It's going to be the Cowboys or the Eagles. But I'm going to say it right here and right now. I'm going to say no, they're not going to make it, man. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry, man. But although AJ want to answer right now, like I said, the window is open for the Cowboys to get in. And it all depends on what the Eagles, obviously Cowboys got to take care of business, but they're banking on the Eagles to also have a downfall. And the Eagles are spiraling down. That's why I think this Monday night game against the Chargers is kind of a must win. Y'all go on a 3-game losing streak.
It's a must win.
Oof. Y'all go on a 3-game losing streak. It's more like, all right, we got to do something quick because y'all lose. If y'all lose and they win, next week they could take the lead. But y'all play the Raiders, though. That should be y'all get right game. So I'm going to say no right now, but the Cowboys on your heels, though.
I'm going to say this to all the Cowboys fans that's listening and hoping that someone else falls so that they could take the, just like 2023. And then y'all got there, and then what happened? But anyway, I want to say this. Y'all better hope the Cowboys win out because they can't lose one more game. That's how I'm gonna put it. They can't lose one more game. I think the Eagles probably in this last stretch, in this last month, I think the Eagles probably go 3-1. I think we lose one game. I don't know. It's weird because I almost want to say the loss gonna come against y'all. I almost want to say the loss gonna come to the Commanders. I almost want to say that might be an L.
We got y'all the 5 o'clock. You know, y'all play on early. Y'all play early game. You know how that go.
The game in Washington might get tricky. Division rival Jaden Daniels back. Woo! Terry back, Debo back. That game could get tricky. Man. But I want to say this. We didn't have the toughest schedule all year. I know we just lost 2 in a row. We slumming now. But ain't like we ain't played the Rams. Ain't like we ain't played, the Packers. Ain't like we ain't played Detroit. Ain't like we ain't played a bunch of good teams. So looking at a tough schedule ain't scaring me. Looking at the Chargers and Buffalo and all these other teams, that ain't spooking me. That just goes to show, hey, y'all know what's at stake. I firmly believe that the Eagles will not get that lead up. I didn't necessarily feel that way in 2023. In 2023, when we lost to Seattle, you remember how I was acting. Like, I knew, like, bro, we legit. Like, this is really happening. And Dallas were even.
The Raiders is like Seattle that year, though.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Losing to the Raiders is insane. And that game, if I'm not mistaken, that game is in Philly. Ain't no way. Hey, but all I'm saying is, the schedule, even though it's sticky, it don't scare me because of who we played this year. Like, we've played some high level teams this year, so I'm not looking at the schedule like, oh my gosh, like this is what could happen. That's what could happen. Like, if we are who I think we are, then we at least go 3-1 this month, which is why I say Dallas can't lose another game, and I think that they will. Like, all this Dallas gonna win out, they're gonna have to show me, bro. Because we know what Dallas do, bro. As soon as the media get behind them, as soon as you get a little faith behind them, as soon as people get to talking highly of them, it's when they had a worst moments. It's when they fade, when they fumble. So, again, I'll be watching Thursday night. I think they lose Thursday night. I
do want to say this before you go. I know we're going as far as time. The Tomo, y'all y'all not getting to the playoffs, in my opinion, bro, without division. The 49ers are 9-4. Y'all need the 49ers to lose 3 more games. No, I'm tripping. Y'all need them to lose out of their last 4 games. Y'all need them to lose. Oh, just once. You're right. Oh, snap. It's getting real. If they win out, If they win out, okay, Tomo, okay, you're right. Y'all could probably get there. But looking at the 49ers schedule, you're right. They might can still get there. You better win out.
Bro, it's a lot of hope being put in Dallas winning out. And I'm telling y'all, they are not going to win out, bro. They are not. It's not happening, bro. I'm not saying they're gonna have a losing record the last month, but like they liable to go 3-1 just like us, bro. Like these, but they are hot. They're good.
Well, it's 5 more games.
What was that?
Y'all both.
I'm sorry, 4.
More
okay, so I mean 4-1. Same thing for Eagles, 4-1. They liable to drop a game just like we liable to drop. They liable to drop more than us. Because as good as the defense been playing, the defense ain't consistent. And Dak is, bro. Just watch. Just all I can say is just watch. Just watch. I'm telling y'all now, the Eagles gonna seal that division. If they get in and not outside of the division, that's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous for whoever the 2 seed is.
Yeah.
Except if it's us, because Dak be killing us in Dallas, but in Philly, he tend to have a hard time. Or let's just say we tend to win those games. He might still kill, but we tend to win those games in Philly. We still tend to win those games. But
shout out to O, and we can move on to this. Shout out to O, bro. Shout out 199 super chat, bro. Just trust our process. Don't be surprised.
I'm sure y'all keep the hope alive. Keep the hope alive.
All right. So now we got the Pickems. All right, y'all. It was a weird week. You know, we didn't do the show, so we didn't do the Pickems live. So your boy didn't pick nobody. So that's why I went. I had to put a disclaimer in there, let them know like I ain't play this week. You know, your boy went 0-16 because he didn't put not one pick in, and AJ went 10-5, 10-6, and now AJ's to delete. So
yes, sir.
You about to make a comeback though. Auto correction on the super chat. Yeah. All right. Let's get through this. You got the game up?
Yep, I got them up. Hold on.
All right.
Yep, I got them up right now. So,
and then also these are Pickems. We are betting the betting spread line. That's what you call it. And put your picks in the chat as we go through it.
Yep. All right. First up, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are favored at home -2.5. And like I said before, I'm going with Detroit.
I'm going with Dallas +2.5.
You think so? Dallas wins the game?
I think
you did pick Dallas to win this game. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. The Seahawks are favored in this matchup -7.5 on the road.
Sorry, Kirk Cousins. 7.5. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me Seattle as well. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored in this matchup at home -4.5. Give me Tennessee. I got Cleveland winning the game though.
Give me Cleveland. That defense is gonna be crazy on Cam Ward. Miles Garrett breaking the sack record this week.
Oh, you got me thinking. That's true. I'm gonna stick with my guns. Next, I can see Cam Ward being so up for this game because he's going up against Shador. But anyway, next we got the Commanders at the Minnesota Vikings. The Commanders are favored on the road in this matchup -1.5. When is Jaden Daniels coming back? Is it confirmed?
He might. It's not confirmed, but it's looking like might come back this week.
Okay, give me the Commanders.
Give me Commanders too. We due for a win, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Y'all mathematically not out of the playoffs yet, are y'all?
Nope.
Okay. We got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. The Dolphins are favored in this matchup -2.5. I guess give me the Dolphins.
Give me the Jets. At home +2.5.
Fair. We got the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are favored in this matchup -8.5.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Tampa. I'm gonna take that for Tampa.
I'm gonna go with the Saints. Saints always play Tampa Bay hard, so I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Fair.
Ooh, that's a
We
big
got
one.
the Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts are favored in this matchup on the road -1.5. I'm gonna pick Jacksonville.
So Darius Slay got claimed.
By who?
Buffalo.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I had to say that. I'm sorry. It said former Steelers
Oh.
and former Eagle. I'm like, what happened? He ain't going to the Eagles? It said, all right. So Slay to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
You said you going with who?
My bad, bro. That's devastating news. That's devastating. I'm going with Jacksonville. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm going with Jacksonville too. The Colts haven't beat them in Duval in years, so I'm going with Jacksonville.
Oh, I thought for sure we was gonna get Slay back. Oh, that kills me. That kills me. All right, we got. I don't think Slay is gonna be as good in any other system as ours right now. Maybe that's just bias, but I just feel like in our system with like playing with the team he just played with,
Well,
I feel like
playing
he's gonna be
well
at his best. Fair.
They're like top 3 in passing yards allowed.
I would say Buffalo did that on purpose to spite us, but they're not even our competition. So, I mean, we do play them soon, but whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. We got the Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. This might be game of the week right here. Y'all doing all that talking in the comments, Chris, when you got your division legit on the line this week. The Ravens are favored in this matchup -7.5. I'm taking the Steelers to cover the spread.
You said -7.5?
I'm sorry, -5.5. -5.5.
Okay. I'm taking Steelers too.
The Ravens -5.5. I'm taking the Steelers to cover that 5.5 spread.
I'm taking Steelers too.
We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored in this matchup -5.5.
They are home. This is rare, but I'm gonna take the Bills. That's a big spread.
You gonna take the Bills -5.5?
That's a tough pick, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
All right.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati with Burrow back. We got the Denver Broncos at the LA Raiders. The Broncos are favored in this matchup -7.5 on the road.
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
I'm gonna take the Raiders too. They always in them ugly games. Another big game. Wow, this spread is very interesting. We got the Chicago Bears at. Are you looking at it too?
Yeah.
We got the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Hold on one second.
Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Bears are favored at +6.5. The Packers are favored at 6.5, and the Bears are +6.5. 72% of people are going with the Bears, and I am going with the Bears too.
Okay, thanks for that, Joe. Yeah, I got the Bears. That spread is kind of crazy.
It is.
That spread is kind of crazy.
You know what? I'm going with the Packers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Packers at home. Let's do it. Blowout.
That's fair. I'm gonna stick with. I think the Packers win the game. I think that spread is a little big though.
Yeah, I do too.
So give me Chicago to cover. We got the Rams at the Cardinals. We ain't talk about the Rams, but they had a upsetting L this past week.
They did.
They had a bad L this week, and shout out to Bryce Young. But the Rams are favored in this matchup over the Cardinals -8.5. I think I'm gonna take that.
I'm gonna take the Rams. Saying I think they're gonna come out blazing.
Yep. We got the Houston Texans. Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored in this matchup -3.5.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Texans. And last but not least, Monday night. I wish this game was a little sooner, but the Eagles been losing all of these short weeks, so I guess I'll take the little mini bye. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the LA Chargers. The Eagles are favored in this matchup, -2.5. Mind you, keep in mind, we do not know just yet if Herbert will be healthy enough to play. He just had surgery on his left hand.
Yep.
Whether he plays or not, I'm going with Philly. I want people to know, though, last week was the first week I picked against Philly with a spread. It was the first week I picked against them. But this week, I'm going with Philadelphia. I think this is a must-win. They got to have it. On the road, I'm going with Philadelphia.
I'm going with Philly, too. Yeah,
Okay,
Herbert's situation is like throwing me off. So
I feel that.
I'm going with Philly. All right.
All right.
Let's get it, man. Let's get these last words in. Great show.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate everybody in the comment section that tuned in and on the daytime show. Excuse me. Just want to give a shout out to all the super chats that were put out today. Shout out to Big O with the 199 super chat. Shout out to Chris with the 499. Devore 499. Dimitri with the 199. Chris with the 999 super chat. Dimitri with the 199. You know, shout out to Big O again with 2 199 super chats. We appreciate all the donations, y'all. It helps the show and the network get better. All right. But my last words would be Sacramento. I don't have much to say about y'all. Just try to go get Giannis. Giannis is out there with trade discussions, so try to get Giannis. And the Commanders, we on spoiler alert, but we still in the playoff. We still in the playoff hunt. We can still make the playoff. We need some teams to lose. Dallas need hope. We need a lot of help. We need all y'all to just crumble. That's what we need to do. All right. All y'all just lose out, and then we can get to the playoffs. My boy JD5 will be back. I know it's people out saying should he play, should he not. Hey, whatever they say, I'm cool with it. But yeah, those my last words. Shout out to my boy AJ, and once again, shout out to all the viewers that tuned in today.
So you would be cool if he didn't play?
Only reason I want to be cool because I want to see him play.
I feel you. My last words are shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Everybody from Timeout or Full Timeout. Everybody from the R2O Network. Shout out to the super chats. Y'all make sure y'all keep these super chats coming when the Eagles winning. Because I noticed when the Eagles losing, that's when Unfazed is at its most popping peak. You know what I mean? All the super chats, hurts this, hurts that, the Eagles this, the Eagles that. How about them Cowboys when the Eagles losing? But ain't nobody trying to spend no money when the Eagles winning, though. We've been doing Unfazed for a year or so now, a little over a year. The Eagles just won the Super Bowl. We ain't getting no super chats then. Eagles started off like what 4-0. We ain't getting no super chat. Then the Eagles start losing. Now we got super chats. Oh, okay. Just remember, when we turn this around, don't hide. That's all I got to say. Eagles Nation, it'll be all right, bro. It's gonna be all right. It's ugly right now. Have faith in the team. And I seen my guy LB say this, and I'm gonna reiterate it. Man, stand on that hurt stuff, man. He said it in other words, but stand on that hurt stuff. If you said he top 5, stand on that. If you said he one of them ones, stand on that. If you say we're the best team in the league, stand on that. Don't let a hard time humble us.
Yes, man. Okay.
Don't let a hard time just because you have a few bad games or a bad month. We ain't gonna do that with no other guy that we consider in the top. We ain't gonna say Lamar had a bad month. I guess he ain't top 5. Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna make the playoffs. I guess he not this, that, and we ain't gonna say that about nobody else. We definitely ain't gonna say that about no reigning MVP, no reigning Super Bowl MVP. We ain't gonna say about nobody else. We're gonna say about Hurts. No, stand on what you say. Mean what you say, because my dog still got time to turn this around, and he will. Mark my words. Lakers, hey, man, keep that. Listen, I ain't said nothing about y'all because I'll be locked in on football season when football season going because the Eagles in this window. But Lakers, we looking good. DeAndre Ayton catching lobs. Austin Reeves looking like an all-star this year. Bron filling in well. And Luka Doncic. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Dallas. We appreciate y'all so much because we dang near got the best player in the world. That boy, just watching him every day, it's just like this man is sensational. So we definitely appreciate it. But contrary to belief, even though we've lost 2 games in a row, we are 8-4. We are a top 3 seed in the NFC, number 1 in the NFC East, and the only place to go from here for the Philadelphia Eagles is up, and that's what's gonna happen. So your boy AJ, he remains unfazed.
Unfazed. Let's get it. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.